I'm Tommy D from the Knicksblog.com. Welcome to another edition of TKB TV, sponsored by Guys in Tan Jackets. Joining me over the phone, our good friend Andrew Smith.
What's up, guys?
And in studio, from Sheridan Hoops, Moke Hamilton. How you doing, Moke?
How you doing, Tommy? I think I like your tan jacket better than mine, for what it's worth.
We appreciate the SNY wardrobe department for setting this up. Speaking about setting up, Carmelo Anthony getting a lot of heat by not creating ball movement against the Heat. Obviously, he played an incredibly fantastic first half of basketball. Ran out of gas down the end, settled for a lot of jump shots. They lose the game. What do you take away? And you wrote about it for Sheridan Hoops. What do you take away from the Heat game the other day?
Well, the major takeaway for me is that I think Carmelo needs help. When you're playing the Miami Heat, well, you know what, in terms of, all right, so the Knicks haven't clinched the playoffs yet, right, obviously. But what people are talking about a lot right now in New York is, who do you rather play, the Bulls or the Heat? I think what I take away from that game is that I don't like the Knicks matchup against the Bulls. I think the Knicks' odds of stopping both LeBron James and Dwayne Wade consistently, as well as Chris Bosh, I just don't see it. And I think that if they met up in the first round, the Heat would probably win that series in 4 or 5 games, I'm sorry to say.
Now, Andrew, Ryan Lawler, who you know well, we know well, call sign Jester is his tag name on Twitter, pointed out to Alan Hahn, before we start talking about playoff matchups, they need to get into the playoffs, and with a handful of games left here, if they handle their business, they should get in. But shouldn't we focus on necessarily them getting in first before, hey, moving to the 6th seed or who they're going to play against?
Absolutely. I mean, you got a tough game tonight. Obviously, Boston's owned us for a number of years now. And Milwaukee technically has 6 winnable games. I mean, 3 of them are on the road. And at Indiana is obviously a tough game for them. But if they win their 3 home games, and they'll end up the year at Boston against the Celtics team that may be resting their guys, there's a chance Milwaukee can go 5-1 or 6-0. So the Knicks need to handle their business to get into the playoffs first.
Now, obviously they have a game tonight against Boston, a team who's absolutely owned them. I mean, there's just no way to say it otherwise. Paul Pierce is Reggie Miller 2.0. Garnett makes a play. Rondo, if Rondo played against the Knicks every game, seemingly, he would be, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, he'd be the best point guard, one of the best point guards of all time. Fantastic player. Difficult matchup for the Knicks. Difficult matchup maybe without Stoudemire, certainly, but if they win tonight, that takes a huge step forward to them clinching a playoff spot. Then we can talk about moving up.
Right. Now, the only thing about it is, if the Celtics win tonight, the Celtics, or they don't clinch, but if the Celtics win tonight, the Knicks cannot win the Atlantic Division. And that's something that's very important to Boston. So I'm expecting them to come in tonight and really try to handle their business. The Knicks will be without Amari Stoudemire. You can definitely expect the Celtics to trap Carmelo on any pick and roll. I'm pretty sure they're going to be comfortable letting Paul Pierce and or Michael Petrus guard him one-on-one. And the Heat showed us on Sunday that even if Carmelo shoots the ball well, even if he scores 40-some-odd points, if the Celtics can shut down the other perimeter guys and not allow Novak to come off of the bench and get them for 14 or 15 points, they'll have a chance to beat them. Tonight will be a very tough game, and a win, I agree with you, would be huge for the Knicks, but you're better off looking toward the future with Charlotte and some of the lesser opponents that the Knicks have coming up to try to get some W's.
Andrew, Moke makes a great point about defending the perimeter, but with Carmelo playing the 4 and Amari not in the lineup, this actually may bode well, in my opinion, and yours as well. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the Knicks matching up without Stoudemire against the Celtics.
Yeah, with Jermaine O'Neal out, the Celtics have been going small with Garnett at the 5. And what that does is that puts Chandler on Garnett, which you hope neutralizes him a little bit, and it forces the Celtics' hand. If they want to put Pierce on Anthony, who obviously does a great job defending him, that means that Brandon Bass will be on a perimeter player for us with the Knicks' new 3-guard lineup. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the Celtics decide to do it. It also it allows the Knicks to keep Baron Davis off of Rondo. If Ray Allen doesn't go tonight, Baron Davis can guard Avery Bradley, who's not a great outside shooter. You can kind of leave him off. So it might help the Knicks without Amari tonight, creating matchup problems for the Celtics.
They've got to get to the basket. Defending the basket has obviously been the Knicks' strength this year with Tyson Chandler. who to me, I feel like he's being overworked, and I'm concerned. It's almost like a goalie who's played too much in hockey. You want to make sure that he's as healthy as he possibly can be moving into the playoffs, but of course they have to make the playoffs. Are the Knicks concerned about Tyson Chandler? Obviously he had the knee issue the other day against the Heat. Jared Jeffries has his own knee issues. If they can't close out possessions, they're going to have a real tough time down the stretch here in these last 5 games. Where's Chandler at, from what you understand?
Well, Tyson Chandler, I mean, like everybody, Chandler is hurting. He hasn't really been going full speed in practice, but he's going to play. And I mean, the Knicks right now, they have a problem with attrition. A lot of bodies. I mean, everybody's hurting. And this time of the year, everybody's banged up. Specifically with Tyson. Last season, Tyson averaged about 29 minutes per game for the Mavericks. This season, I think he's up around 35 or 36. And especially with the condensed schedule, you kind of wonder, what his conditioning is like and whether or not that's part of the reason why he's been breaking down. But I mean, earlier this season, I wrote a piece on Chandler, and I said that he's the one Knick that they cannot do without. He's only missed 2 games this season, to his credit. I think everybody knows this, so I expect him to play.
Awesome stuff as always. We'll see what happens tonight against the Celtics. Thanks again, Moke. Andrew, look forward to seeing you in Charleston.
Me too. See you guys.
And remember, to get all your information on the Knicks and a little NBA, check out the knicksblog.com, part of the SNY.TV blog network. I am Tommy D. We'll see you next time.